what's going on, everybody? So, we got Joe Biden's presidential address since dropping out, since announcing on Twitter and whatever that he was going to drop out. Um, they announced this like around this time, like, well, at the time of me recording this, it's like 12:40 p.m. Central Eastern time, and it was around this time yesterday. I announced that he was going to be addressing. Um, for you guys, obviously it's Thursday when you see this, but yesterday they announced it around this time that he was going to address, but I missed it. But here it is. Um, I think it's like I want to say it's like a 11. It's 11 minutes and 5 second video. So I guess he's just going to be talking about why he's chosen to drop out of the presidential election. Let's check it out, and I'll give you my thoughts along the way. Joe.
My fellow Americans, I'm speaking to you tonight from behind the resolute desk in the Oval Office. In this sacred space, I'm surrounded by portraits
Somebody's phone
of
went off.
extraordinary American presidents. Thomas Jefferson wrote the immortal words that guide this nation. George Washington, who showed us presidents are not kings. Abraham Lincoln, who implored us to reject malice. Franklin Roosevelt, who inspired us to reject fear. I revere this office, but I love my country more. It's been the honor of my life to serve as your president. But in the defense of democracy, which is at stake, I think it's more important than any title. I draw strength and I find joy in working for the American people. But this sacred task of perfecting our union is not about me. It's about you, your families, your futures. It's about we, the people. We can never forget that. And I never have. I've made it clear that I believe America is at an inflection point. One of those rare moments in history when the decisions we make now will determine our fate of our nation and the world for decades to come. America's going to have to choose between moving forward or backward, between hope and hate, between unity and division. We have to decide, do we still believe in honesty, decency, respect, freedom, justice, and democracy? In this moment, we can see those we disagree with not as enemies, but as fellow Americans. Can we do that?
That's definitely Joe Biden. That's a reference to the fact that I've been hearing online. People say that they, conspiracy theorists thought it might have been AI or, made up, something was wrong, right? And and then up until that point, I'm like, I mean, it looks good considering that he had, is what caused the pandemic, I should say. But he looks good. It looks like it's definitely him because he started stammering and stuttering. So definitely Joe Biden. But let's continue. Let's continue on and see what he got to say.
Does character in public life still matter? I believe I know the answer to these questions because I know you, the American people.
Mm-hmm.
And I know this. We are a great nation because we are good people. When you elected me to this office, I promised to always level with you, to tell you the truth. And the truth, the sacred cause of this country is larger than any one of us. And those of us who cherish that cause, cherish it so much, a cause of American democracy itself, must unite to protect it. In recent weeks, it's become clear to me that I need to unite my party in this critical endeavor. I believe my record as president, my leadership in the world, my vision for America's future all merited a second term, but nothing nothing can come in the way of saving our democracy. That includes personal ambition. So I've decided the best way forward is to pass the torch to a new generation. That's the best way to unite our nation. You know, there is a time and a place for long years of experience in public life. There's also a time and a place for new voices, fresh voices, yes, younger voices. And that time and place is now. Over the next 6 months, I'll be focused on doing my job as president. That means I'll continue to lower costs for hardworking families, grow our economy. I'll keep defending our personal freedoms and our civil rights, from the right to vote to the right to choose. I'll keep calling out hate and extremism, make it clear there is no place in America for political violence.
So he's basically saying he felt like it's time to pass the torch over to a younger, better generation, basically, is what he's saying. So I guess it don't have nothing to do like him getting sick recently or anything like that. He just saying he believes it's best to pass the torch to somebody younger with a fresh voice and fresh ideas, I guess. That's basically what he's saying.
Or any violence ever, period. I'm going to keep speaking out to protect our kids from gun violence, our planet from climate crisis that is the existential threat. And I will keep fighting for my cancer moonshot so we can end cancer as we know it, because we can do it. And I'm going to call for Supreme Court reform.
That's a whole different
because
story.
this is critical to our democracy, Supreme Court reform.
A whole rabbit hole.
You know, I will keep working to ensure America remains strong, secure, and the leader of the free world. I'm the first president in this century to report to the American people that the United States is not at war anywhere in the world. We'll keep rallying a coalition of proud nations to stop Putin from taking over Ukraine and doing more damage. We'll keep NATO stronger, and I'll make it more powerful and more united than any time in all of our history. I'll keep doing the same for our allies in the Pacific. You know, when I came to office, the conventional wisdom was that China would inevitably surpass the United States. That's not the case anymore. And I'm going to keep working to end the war in Gaza, bring home all the hostages, and bring peace and security to the Middle East and end this war. We're also working around the clock to bring home Americans being unjustly detained all around the world. You know, we've come so far since my inauguration. On that day, I told you, as I stood in that winter, we stood in a winter of peril and a winter of possibilities. Peril and possibilities. We were in the grip of the worst pandemic in the century. The worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. The worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War. But we came together as Americans, and we got through it. We emerged stronger, more prosperous, and more secure. Today we have the strongest economy in the world, creating nearly 16 million new jobs, a record. Wages are up. Inflation continues to come down. The racial wealth gap is the lowest it's been in 20 years. We're literally rebuilding our entire nation, urban, suburban, rural, and tribal communities. Manufacturing has come back to America. We're leading the world again in chips and science and innovation. We finally beat Big Pharma after all these years to lower the cost of prescription drugs for seniors. And I'm going to keep fighting to make sure we lower the cost for everyone, not just seniors. More people have health care today in America than ever before. And I signed one of the most significant laws helping millions of veterans and their families who are exposed to toxic materials. You know, most significant climate law ever in the history of the world. The first major gun safety law in 30 years. And today, the violent crime rate is at a 50-year low. We're also securing our border. Border crossings are lower today than when the previous administration left office. I've kept my commitment to appoint the first black woman to the Supreme Court of the United States of America. I also kept my commitment to have an administration that looks like America and be a president for all Americans. That's what I've done. I ran for president 4 years ago because I believed and still do that the soul of America was at stake. The very nature of who we are was at stake. And that's still the case. America's an idea stronger than any army, bigger than any ocean, more powerful than any dictator or tyrant. It's the most powerful idea in the history of the world. That idea is that we hold these truths to be self-evident. We're all created equal, endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights: life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. We've never fully lived up to it, to this sacred idea, but we've never walked away from it either. And I do not believe the American people will walk away from it now. In just a few months, the American people will choose the course of America's future. I made my choice. I've made my views known. I would like to thank our great Vice President, Kamala Harris. She's experienced, she's tough, she's capable. She's been an incredible partner to me and a leader for our country. Now the choice is up to you, the American people. When you make that choice, remember the words of Benjamin Franklin hanging on my wall here in the Oval Office, alongside the busts of Dr. King and Rosa Parks and Cesar Chavez. When Ben Franklin was asked, as he emerged from the convention going on, whether the founders have given America a monarchy or a republic, Franklin's response was, a republic, if you can keep it. A republic, if you can keep it. Whether we keep our republic is now in your hands. My fellow Americans, it's been the privilege of my life to serve this nation for over 50 years. Nowhere else on earth could a kid with a stutter, from modest beginnings in Scranton, Pennsylvania, Claymont, Delaware, one day sit behind the resolute desk in the Oval Office as President of the United States. But here I am.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's so special about America. We're a nation of promise and possibilities, of dreamers and doers, of ordinary Americans doing extraordinary things. I've given my heart and my soul to our nation, like so many others. I've been blessed a million times in return with the love and support of the American people. I hope you have some idea how grateful I am to all of you. The great thing about America is here, kings and dictators do not rule, the people do. History is in your hands. The power is in your hands. The idea of America lies in your hands. We just have to keep faith, keep the faith, and remember who we are. We're the United States of America, and there's simply nothing beyond our capacity when we do it together. So let's act together, preserve our democracy. God bless you all, and may God protect our troops. Thank you.
I think that's it, right? Yeah, then just go back to the presidential seal. All right. If you notice, when he was saying we was all created equal, I kind of like made a face, and and the reason why I made that face was because, yeah, we were all created equal in the sense of we are human beings. You know, whatever you believe in, whatever your religion's in. We're not going to get into spiritual religion, but in the sense of what he was talking about, we was all created equal in that way. Yes, we was all created by whoever you believe in. I believe in God, in the higher power. So, yeah, we was all created equal in that sense. But in the sense of how we shape this world, and the way how we put certain people onto a standard, I don't think we was created equal. Because my counter to that was, I don't know, because if I go smack somebody in public, I don't think I'm going to jail. But Will Smith smacked somebody in front of millions of people with evidence, and he didn't go to jail. He basically got a slap on the wrist and told he couldn't come back to the academy for 10 years. Had I would have jumped the stage and smacked Chris Rock, I probably would have got shot and put in, or if I didn't get shot, but still managed to get caught, I would be in jail to this day. Like I'd be in prison for like 20, serving like 20 years or something. Like I don't like that. I just when people say we are equals, I have that. That's the type of disconnect I have. I'm like because we have proof that we are not equals because compared to certain people in society. But that's a whole nother video for a whole nother topic. But that's why I made that face. As per his reasoning, he basically saying he was passing towards a younger, fresher generation. I mean, could what he said be a lie? Of course. We ain't mind readers. I couldn't read his mind, so I could tell he's reading from a prompter. But either way, we will never know what the true thing is. Like my mother said, they're forcing him out because they wouldn't give him the money to run the campaign. But as soon as Kamala Harris took over as running against Donald Trump, all of a sudden she got the money and all this type of stuff. So it could be a multitude of reasons why he's stepping down. I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, I want to say I have no idea. I have theories. I do. I have theories. But I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist nut. But I will say this as far as something being awful weird. This all just seemed out of nowhere. Like this election has been just a whirlwind wide. Like, right. I mean, you would get. It feel like it's such. This thing's just been so crazy. I swear you would get whiplash of how crazy everything went. Like it just going so crazy and so fast. Like we went from an assassination attempt to Joe Biden stepping down, and it all happened in a matter of a week, like a span. And it's crazy. I don't know. I actively don't know what to say about this at all at this point no more. But that he said that he's heading off for a new generation, fresher ideas, younger person, whatever. Okay, fine. I have no problem with Kamala Harris being running for presidency. I mean, I to end this video, I would say I haven't really cared since when Obama first ran. That was like the only time I could say, and that was back when I was 18. So when he first ran, that I just had turned 18, I was able to vote for the first time. And that's when he ran for the first time and won presidency. That was the only time I truly cared about politics like that. After his first and second term, and we went on and all that type of stuff, I could care less about. I started my care on politics and the presidency just went pew. So at this point, it really don't matter to me. Am I going to vote? Yes. You should go vote too. You know. Who am I voting for? I won't tell you. But then again, I don't expect you to tell me who you're voting for. Because that should be a private matter discussed only between you, your close friends, or your family. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. You hit this button right here for all of mine. I guess, yeah, this is a reaction. So, season 3 reaction. And if you enjoy the video so much you want to support the channel, all you got to do is hit that like, subscribe, share. Hit that notification button because we're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. I hear there's body count footage. I don't think I'm going to do a reaction to the body count footage per se, but you let me know what you thought. If you guys like these type of videos and want to see more, and as always, hit one of these videos for more of my amazing content, but don't go anywhere because I'm a, I don't, if nothing major else happens, it'll be my review for Deadpool and Wolverine. So stay tuned to that. And just a little heads up, if you see it before my review, there is one scene in the credits which is just they say it's after all the credits. It's not there's no mid credit, just one, and that's after all the credits roll. So gotta stay to the very end. Peace.